My name is Lizzie, and this is Lizzie's Literary Life, and today we are doing my March Jigsaw TBR. So, if you're new here, Jigsaw TBR is the game I play every month that picks what books that I'm going to read in the month. The way it works is that I have this board, and it's got 16, the little circles are prompts. For example, pink cover was just a random one, and there are going to be 16 prompts on the board. I then do a puzzle. I have a new set of Disney 500-piece puzzles. So I'm going to do one of these puzzles on the board, and I set a timer. I'm explaining this badly. The first thing I do actually is I roll a die, and that number times 10 plus 30 is the number of minutes that I have to do my puzzle on said board. And after the timer goes off, whatever prompts, circles are not covered by the completed puzzle portion, I have to fill with books. So I have to read books for those prompts. That's how it works. Previously, I've done like rewards and like not punishments, but like I don't know what other word to use. Based on whether I completed my previous month's TBR, I'm not going to do that this year, or at least not for the next few months, just because I'm really busy and I don't need that kind of like pressure. This is just like, these are the books I'm going to aim to read in the month. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, also fine. That being said, last month I did not finish my TBR, but that's okay. Things to talk about this month. I have a lot of books. Like, if you watched my last month's video, I got the Libby Hold prompt, and I was like, but I don't have any. And this month, I have like 10 Libby Holds coming in. So I really have like a plan of books I want to try to get on the TBR to read, but I'm also open to a surprise. I'm doing one readathon this month, and that is Squash That Series, which is hosted by Bailey from Is Bailey Reading and Kayla from Kayla Ray Reads, my besties. And it's a week-long readathon near the end of the month that's all about reading books in series. And there's like a point system and there's like tiers. And it's very exciting, and I'm super excited. And I have 2 books that I absolutely have to read for that in order to like get to the highest tier of points. So that's all being said. Let's roll our die. So I don't know, like I have a lot of books I need to read this month, but I don't necessarily want a big TBR just because I don't want a lot of books on here that I'm not already planning to read, if that makes sense. 3. Average. Okay, times 10 plus 30. That is an even hour to do my puzzle. Which one am I going to do? I really want to do Rapunzel. Maybe I will. I think actually that's a good idea because the prompts that have been here for a while are on the bottom, and this seems like, okay. Rapunzel Tingle is also one of my favorites. So I will be doing this Rapunzel puzzle. You will see it in a time lapse. Also, another rule thing, I do the edge of the puzzle first before I start my timer, and then the hour is after the edge is done. Okay. I'm ready to get puzzling. Okay. I did not do very well. I feel like this is actually the worst I've maybe ever done on one of these. In terms of like relative to the time I had. I don't know if that's true, but it's definitely the least completed in a long while. But that's okay because that just means reading more books. And I like reading books. So, it's all good. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope the prompts are stuff I can work with, but okay, it is what it is. Let's just see. Oh no. Actually, no. Mythology retelling. So, for mythology retelling, I'm reading Kaikei by Vaishnavi Patel. I think that's how you say it. This is a Hindu mythology retelling about, I don't know, gods and mythology stuff. I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure Ruby from Ruby Red, who I love, really loved it. So, and I trust her judgment a lot. So that should be good. The audiobook is really long. It's like 17 hours. So this is a chunky TBR. I'm warning you right now. It's a chunky one. It's a chunky one. Booktube Favorite. Up next. For Booktube Favorite, I've gone with Lost in the Moment and Found by Seanan McGuire, which is the new book in the Wayward Children series. And I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this one yet because it just came out. But this series as a whole is certainly a Booktube favorite, so I'm saying it counts. And this is one of the on the shorter side. It's also one of my Squash That series reads. And the Wayward Children series is about basically kids who go to magical worlds and then come back. And how they live in the earth mortal world after having had these wonderful adventures. And I don't know what this one's about at all, but I have loved this series. This is book 8. They're novellas, they're short, and I am excited. Red cover. For red cover, I'm reading Stellar Loon by Shannon Messenger, which is book 9 in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. Y'all know I love this series. This is the last one that's out right now. I think there's going to be 10, but I'm so ready. This is another of my Squash That series reads. It's a chunker. It's 800 pages, but it's a middle grade. So this is a middle grade fantasy series about elves. And it's just delightful. Memoir. That's actually good. For Memoir, I'm going to read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This is a buddy read with Bailey from Is Bailey Reading. And I'm super excited. I've been really pumped to read this book. And I'm excited to buddy read it. This is about the star. I know you know it. This is about this child actress, Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly, and it's her memoir, and everyone loves it. So I'm very excited to read it. Sci-fi dystopian. For sci-fi dystopian, I'm going to read To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers, which is her novella about, like, it's a sci-fi situation. I just heard someone describe it. I think it's about, like, there's like a space mission that, like, is doing some sciencey things and they, like, lose contact with Earth. I think that's what happens. I could be totally wrong. But I love Becky Chambers. I loved A Long Way to Small Angry Planet. So I'm very excited to get some sci-fi. Randomize. Oh no. For Randomize, let me roll the clip. Okay, so the first, well, you're seeing this later, but this is the first thing I'm doing after finishing the puzzle, is the Randomize prompt. So I I'm really nervous. I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm on my Goodreads TBR list. I'm using Goodreads instead of Storygraph because Goodreads numbers them, so I wouldn't have to count. There's 274 books on there, so we are going to random number generate 45. That means it's going to be an older one, one that I put on here a while ago. Number 45. Oh. What is it? Okay. This is a YA contemporary, and I kind of just want to take it off my TBR and regenerate. I feel like that's allowed. If I'm I don't want this on my want to read anymore, then I can regenerate. Just I can't do one that I don't think I can veto if I want to read it. I just don't want to read it right now. Makes sense? Because this has been on my TBR a long time. I'm gonna generate another 95. Let's see what 95 is. Oh my god. What if I just go back to what I had before? How long is this book? I got House of Leaves, which is a horror that is 700 pages. So, I do want to read it eventually, so I guess I have to. Oh my god. Here's one. Next step is to make sure it's available. I can get access to it, because if I can't, then I have to regenerate. So we're going to see that right now. It's not on Libby. I can't get access to it. I could check the physical library, but I'm just going to say it's not on Libby, so I'm not reading it. Which is good because I'm not ready for it emotionally or busyness-wise. So we're going to generate again. 217. That'll be something that I put on my TBR more recently, which is good. 217. Let's go for page 8. See if it's on there. Oh, I'm good at page guessing. Ooh. Okay, yeah. We have to check if this is available. But I got Bindle Punk Bruja, which is a Mexican folktale fantasy historical situation. And I'm definitely down for that. So we'll see if it's available. So, I'm reading Bindle Punk Bruja by Desideria Mesa. Yeah, witchy vibes. Very exciting. I'm so glad I'm not reading House of Leaves. I just gotta say, I'm so glad I'm not reading House of Leaves this month. I will read it eventually. Not right now. Phone a friend. Next. So for Phone a Friend, I went into my Discord group with my bookish friends, and I said, quick, someone name a book and I'll read it. And the first, right away, the first response was from Ashley's Reads, who said, Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, which I actually just soft DNF'd. I did not finish it. And I maybe will pick it up again, it's a soft DNF, but I'm not ready to pick it up again right now because I just put it down. So I vetoed that one. And then next, Danielle from Danielle Reads jumped in with The Sword of Kaikei by M.L. Wang. This is a chunky fantasy. It was not on Libby. The physical library had a hold. I was saying I don't know if I can read it. I don't know if I can get access to it. And she said, it's my favorite book ever. I will buy you a copy. So she's going to reread it with me. We're going to buddy read. It's going to be very fun. I'm very excited. It's long, but it's fantasy and people love it. And yeah, I don't really know what it's about beyond that it's just like fantasy vibes. But I'm excited. I've heard it's emotionally devastating. So that's very exciting to me. Orange cover. For orange cover, I'm going to read Briefly a Delicious Life by Nell Stevens. It has oranges on the cover, so it counts. This is the Shelf This Book Club pick for March. The Shelf This Book Club is hosted by Is Bailey Reading, who I have mentioned like 4 times in this video. And the co-host for March is me. I picked this book, and I'm super excited to read it. It's about a ghost. It's like a historical, queer, romancy, literary situation about a ghost, and I'm very excited to read it. And library featured. And lastly, for library featured, the way this prompt works is I go on Libby and I go to like the library homepage and I just scroll until I find a book I want to read. And I decided to go with a thriller. I've actually finally been in the thriller mood again after my Goodreads vlog where I read so many thrillers and burnt out on them so hard I was like, I can't read another thriller for 2 months. I'm finally in the thriller mood again. I'm gonna read Apples Never Fall by Leanne Moriarty, which is like a family drama thriller. I don't really know much about it, but I am down for a thriller finally again. I do love thrillers. I just burnt out on them super hard. And that's my TBR. It's 9 books. I'm optimistic that I'm going to get to all of them, but I also know that I have like several other holds coming in that I'm going to have to read. And I don't know if it's all going to happen. It's a busy month. This TBR is in total 3,642 pages, which averages out to 117.48 pages per day, which is, like I've said, I know that my pages per day, at least last year, averaged about 150. So like this is doable, but as I said, like there's other books I want to read in addition to these. So we'll see, but I'm excited for every one of these. Each one of these I'm very excited for. So it's going to be a good reading month. Like and subscribe and comment down below if you have read or are interested in reading any of these books. And I am nervous, but I'm excited. It's a chunky TBR, but I'm excited. So, bye.